Sup, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I've got some interesting news. YouTube has announced that they're going to be breaking into the streaming scene with their new app that they're releasing later on this summer, and it's called YouTube Gaming. Apparently, it's going to be a completely new website and everything. A lot of people are really crazy excited about this. Like, I saw one guy who's running circles around his room in between talking about it. And for me personally, I'm going to be honest. I'm reserving judgment. I don't know how this is going to go. I could see it going up. I could see it going down. I could see it going anywhere. But the one thing I do know is that competition breeds excellence. And so even if this YouTube gaming thing just ends up to suck, it's going to probably inspire some creative changes and like better changes on Twitch TV, which is really what this YouTube gaming thing is meant to compete with. I know whenever people come out and they make Warcraft videos, like new people, I watch those videos, and like sometimes whenever I see something that's better than mine, I go and I lay down on that futon over there until I think of a way to improve what I'm doing. And so hopefully, I'm sure a lot of people at Twitch are the same way. And honestly, so I'm going to talk to you guys about pretty much what's going to happen. Honestly, let's be real. This is the first announcement. Not a lot of people know really what's going on, but I'm going to kind of tell you guys what we know now, and also maybe talk about why this could be successful, why this could not be successful, just in terms of the I guess past experiences and stuff. Now, the main thing that I think this is going to be good for is obviously people who create content mostly on YouTube. Now, I have a Twitter, I have a Twitch TV, I have all the other things, of course, but 90% of my online presence is going to be on YouTube because that's really my that's my main base of operations. And so I'm glad about this. And a lot of you guys might not know this, but YouTube actually has their own live streaming program. Although from what I hear, it kind of sucks. I've never really used it. I hear the chat room is kind of bad, and it just doesn't really have that same functionality and the depth that Twitch TV does. Now, a lot of people are going to say that because this doesn't mean Google owns YouTube, so it's basically Google. It's whatever Google does not fail. It's all right, guys, let's be real. Okay, they got maps of Mars, they got maps of the moon. All right, so Google has a lot of power and a lot of authority. But also they brought out Google Plus, and that really wasn't as successful as it was supposed to be. And they kind of had to rebrand that and change the way that I guess that was seen in consumers' minds, in the same way that MySpace had to do that and go from being a social network to be more of a network for musicians. Now, obviously, I don't really know if this is going to happen or not. But I do have every bit of faith in YouTube to kind of pull through and at least be a contender here. Because let's be real. Unless you're on Live Leak and you're watching ISIS executions or Russian dash cam accidents, you're probably on YouTube watching whatever else there is. And so I'd say YouTube probably has easily over 95% of the actual online video content in the on the internet that people watch a lot. Now, also another thing that's going to be good about this is that as I said, it will promote I guess excellence between Twitch TV and also this YouTube and this YouTube gaming thing. But it's also going to really help YouTube give them a real incentive to promote the gamers. And so this would be me and a lot of other people who create content on YouTube for gaming. It's going to give them a very big incentive to promote those people and help those people along, and maybe do a couple of other things. Now, one thing that I do this is my main concern, is that what really drives a lot of this stuff is money. There's a lot of people who I know the YouTube live streams, sorry, they don't really have a whole lot of I don't think you can put a donation button. I don't think you can run commercials. I don't think you can have subs the same way that Twitch does. And so because the money isn't really there, there's not really that big of an incentive for a lot of people to create content and live stream regularly on YouTube, because they don't really get a lot out of it. And of course, some people do it, out of the goodness of their heart. And it's I like to do things whenever I stream on Twitch TV. I'm not partnered with Twitch TV. I have no intention of ever being partnered with Twitch TV, and that's just all there is to it. But on a regular, if somebody's going to do this 4 or 8 hours a day, they've got to figure out some sort of way to be compensated for it. And I'm kind of curious to see how YouTube is going to end up trying to compensate the different broadcasters and content creators on this new YouTube gaming thing. Because let's be real, if they don't really have a reason, there's this other thing that kind of came out to compete with YouTube. I think it was called Vessel. And Vessel is I think it kind of had the same problem that the Jay-Z's Tidal did, which it catered mostly to helping the content creators, and instead of actually helping the viewers and creating a good viewer experience, it focused mostly on making sure the content creators were properly paid and everything like that. And of course, you have to focus on your ultimate customer in order to really be very successful, or at least that's my opinion here. Now, so that's very that's my main question is how is YouTube are they going to introduce a subscription thing? Or are they going to do like basically where you can run commercials or something like that? I'm not really sure. Another thing I just remember this is YouTube actually recently announced they're going to be doing something kind of like a premium membership, same as like they have on Twitch, like Turbo, or pretty much like you're going to just watch YouTube without having to worry about commercials. And of course, yeah, most people have ad block, but you know, even if you don't, you want to help the people out, you can get like Turbo or something like that. And basically, you don't really have to watch the commercials. And so I'm pretty sure this will be the same way. And I just don't really know how they're going to compensate the broadcasters for what they're doing. And I think that that's really what's going to determine, in my opinion, what's going to determine, and of course, like the site layout and everything like that, what's going to determine if this YouTube gaming thing is really going to take hold or not. Because I think if they produce like and they create a much better, I guess, like payment, not like really schedule, but a system of paying people on this YouTube gaming thing better than Twitch, I think a lot of people will be, I guess, like enticed to move over. And if they don't, maybe not. Another thing is that YouTube also really has a lot of the copyrighted stuff pretty much like set in stone. And you know, like Twitch doesn't really have it as much. Like you can, this honestly like always confused me. I'm not really sure why you're able to broadcast your gaming with copyrighted music at the same time. It seems like that would be a copyright violation, but for whatever reason, you're able to do that on Twitch while also being a partner and running ads on your channel. I've seen people doing that a whole lot. Now, YouTube obviously doesn't really let you do that, and so that will be one downside, and I'm not really sure how YouTube is going to handle that. And so it's all these little things that I'm not really sure about, and honestly, I think a lot of people aren't either, and so that's why I'm really reserving judgment. And another thing is that there are some times where it's like being the first is the most important. There are other times where being the best is the most important. And I think that this is going to be one of those things where, you know, Twitch TV has kind of already established itself. And, you know, like League of Legends does a lot of their tournaments on there. And that gets over 100,000 viewers. And so that's a huge, huge audience. But compared to a lot of the people on YouTube, like, I mean, I'm a very small YouTuber compared to a lot of these other people. God, I said YouTuber. I hate that word. Anyway, you know, a lot of other people on YouTube who make videos have like 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. PewDiePie has like fucking 30 million subscribers. And so, I mean, compared to, you know, compared to like those people, the League of Legends streams would probably be very small. And that's why I'm really kind of confused about, or not really confused, but curious. I'm curious about to see how this is going to go because YouTube has had, since 2006 or whatever, all this time, like was it almost a decade of people building up their YouTube persona, their YouTube, you know, like who they are on YouTube. And, you know, Twitch hasn't really had that. They have some, you know, really big people on YouTube, of course, or sorry, on Twitch, of course, but it's not really at the same level as it is on Twitch, or sorry, on YouTube. Sorry, I confused myself. Anyway, so that's one thing. And also, like, Twitch has kind of already like established a lot of like the Kappa thing, and I still don't entirely know what that means. I think it's like you know, a sarcasm filter or something like that. And they've established a lot of these other things that you know, kind of define how live streaming is done. And so unless YouTube really kind of breaks out of that mold, this is again in my opinion, unless they really break out of that mold, they're going to kind of run the risk of being derivative. And at that point, people aren't really going to focus on something that is derivative. Now, also Twitch TV is just so well known at this point. You know, that's why I'm kind of worried that it might go the same way as it does with what it did with Facebook. You know, that where Facebook was just so well known, everybody had a Facebook. There wasn't really that incentive to just move your other platform over to that Google Plus, and that's really what I think that you know, that's my main concern, my main curiosity. You know, this is what I'm really wondering about: is that how will YouTube kind of break out of like being derivative of Twitch TV and then make their own, you know, standalone, you know, website, app, whatever that, you know, helps gamers, you know, helps the viewers, and, you know, does it better than Twitch TV. Google does have the resources to do this. Of any company, Google is probably #1. And so that's really, you know, I think that if anybody could compete with Twitch TV, it would be Google. And honestly, I'm not really rooting for either one of them. You know, if this doesn't work out, I just stream on Twitch. If this does work out, I just stream on the YouTube thing. It'll be better for me if the YouTube gaming thing works out, but you know, we'll see what happens. And maybe it might actually encourage me to stream a little bit more. So I'd like to hear what you guys think. You think it's going to be good? Think it's going to be bad? And why? So you know, I think that these next few months will be very interesting, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Not necessarily for my own, I guess, like well-being or whatever, but I just want to see how this goes. I want to see how it goes, and hopefully you guys do too. So that's pretty much all I got. I just wanted to tell you guys pretty much how what's going on and how I'm looking at it, at least. So thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.